Welcome back to the Webby and O'Neill channel. Manchester United 2, Fulham 1. A nice victory for the end of the season. But I'm going to be controversial with a comment here. I thought Mitrovic should have been sent off. Your opinion on it, Kieran?
Yeah, late on in the game, second half.
Late on in the second half.
Yeah.
I thought it was bang out of order.
Yeah, well, he went to go and butt him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Really. They had a bit of a wrestling match, didn't they? Went over on the floor, had a bit of a tumble. And it was when he was getting up off the floor. And yeah, to me, he gestured as though he went in his direction to give him a bit of a nut. But, the captain, Harry Maguire, come along, didn't he? With his arms out, everything's all right, let's calm down. And not long after that, he got substituted anyway, didn't he?
He got substituted because the manager for Fulham could see what was going on. He was losing the plot. He wanted to get something over on United, couldn't do it. Now, going into the game, I thought United were a bit subdued until that moment. What do you make of that David De Gea penalty save?
Oh, it's fantastic. Look, I think we all know out there. I think it's the last time he saved a penalty at Old Trafford was 2014 against Leighton Baines for Everton, and I think that got the biggest cheer of the day. David De Gea actually saving that penalty, more so than the two goals that we scored. And you've seen what it meant to him when he booted the ball up in the air. The fans, everyone behind that goal and around the stadium. It was fantastic, and it was so made up for him.
His overall game, I thought, especially in the second half, 2 wonderful saves, kept Fulham at bay when we was winning 2-1. And they were vital saves.
Some of them saves, throughout the game, he done some really good saves. And, today, for me, it was about getting the points, making sure we secured third place as well. But also, on the other hand, it was about giving some of the confidence, getting some confidence into these players going into next Saturday's game against City in the cup final. And David De Gea today, some of the saves he made, especially at that penalty save, because it could go to penalties. Let's have it right next week, and that'll do him the world of good.
I said earlier on that Fulham made United play an honest game of football, especially at the end of the season. How did you see United's performance, especially having in mind the Wembley appearance next week?
Yeah, we can't play like that against City. We'd get absolutely destroyed. Let's have it right. We're all Manchester United fans. We love our club, but if we play like that, we're not going to last half an hour in the first 30 minutes. But today, again, he made some changes. I think he made 6 changes to the team that we played against Chelsea. And you did see it at times, people trying to find the rhythm, get used to playing with each other. But, the front three as well, I thought Rashford looked really, really sharp today. And I was a little bit surprised he lasted so long in the game. That just shows you how mentally and physically fit Rashford is still. And we're at this point in the season. So it all looks good for him going into the final next week. Garnacho, that's a big talking point for me. Has he done enough to get a start next week? I don't know about what you think and everyone out there.
Well, there's places there available as I see it.
Yeah.
Who, in your mind, on that pitch today has worked a place? Fred.
I said it last week after the Chelsea game. Going into that final next week, Manchester United needs someone in that midfield area who's going to go in, get in around the City players, especially Rodri, especially De Bruyne. We've seen it here at Old Trafford in January. Fred man-marked De Bruyne out the game for 60 minutes. And I think we need legs in that midfield along with Casemiro because, don't get me wrong, Eriksen's world class. He's shown his class at times throughout the season, but defensively, it worries me, Eriksen. Players can run off him, get in behind him, and if you're doing that against Manchester City, more often than not, it's going to be a goal. So for me, Fred does start alongside Casemiro, or some might say out there that he starts in that number 10 role, drop Bruno a little bit deeper alongside Casemiro. But for me, Fred has definitely worked a place for that cup final.
We're having an overall view look at Manchester United because today's game, it was a nice game. Sun shining, the crowd was happy, little bit of a party mood going on there. But overall, how have you assessed how Ten Hag has done with this team when we started?
It's done absolutely fantastic. Look, we know, finishing off from last season, how bad it was. In my generation, anyway, it's been one of the worst seasons I've seen at Manchester United. And for him to turn back after them 2 games against Brighton and Brentford, them defeats that we suffered, it's been absolutely phenomenal. Some of the big calls that he's made, you look at Harry Maguire with the captaincy, how that's really changed over to Bruno more often than not this season. Cristiano Ronaldo, absolutely huge if you take yourself back to that October time.
Yeah.
And the way he dealt with that, he's got that steel, he's got balls, and he's got that big call in him to make on the pitch or around the club. And you just get that feeling, sometimes we might get carried away with ourselves being Manchester United fans, but that's what it means to be a United fan, to dream.
Yeah.
But you just get that feeling like this is the start of something special under this man. It just seems like he's got it. He gets it. He gets the fan culture.
Yeah.
He just gets everything about this football club, the history. And I'm all for him, mate. I think he's going to do some great things at this football club, Ten Hag.
Well, you talk about history. Some of the biggest cheers today was actually listening to the Leeds United results. How do you see Leeds going down? They hate
they've
us.
gone down?
Yeah, they've gone down. So I know a lot of yous out there will be happy. I'm happy. The crowd was happy today. But
you know what,
some
though?
cheering today.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Leeds have gone down. I'm happy, but I'm also not. I wanted Leeds to stay up for this fact that I want them staying in the Premier League, doing shite every single season, staying around that relegation zone, trying to get themselves out of the relegation or the end of the season. So, because it's a perfect and away day for Manchester United fans. It's an easy 6 points over the season. We always play great against Leeds. We always seem to get the 3 points. And for me, I wanted them to stay up just for the fan point of view of Leeds away is a great day out.
Well,
and it's a 6 pointer every single season. But you've gone down, and we'll probably see you again in another 16 years because that's how long it was last time before you come back up.
Well, I look at it. Get them down, keep them down. Maybe I'm too much of an old school. Now, before we go, anything else to add?
Yeah, no, just listen, it wasn't a rip-roaring performance today. Last game of the season, we finished third place. There's been a few ups and downs this season, but more often than not, there's been plenty of ups.
Yes.
You look at our home form this season, I think he's equalled the record now for most home wins in a season at 27, and that's in his first season. We've won a trophy, we've got one in the bag. Let's get off to Wembley next week, and me personally, I'm up for it. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I do think Manchester United will get the job done, and I'm thinking that it's more than likely going to penalties and we'll win it on the shootout. And David De Gea, after today's performance, he might even save one or two. But you look at the defence as well. Harry Maguire, was that his last farewell here in a Manchester United shirt?
Possibly.
For me, it is. I think Ten Hag's going to go out, probably get another top-class centre-half this summer, just like he did with Martinez. If we can get anyone even close to Martinez, we're in for a great season next season. But Harry, I'd just like to say, well done, for some of the performances, everything that you've tried to give Manchester United. It's not all been poor like we've seen this season and last season. You've got to remember the first season that he had here at Manchester United. He played fantastic, and it's just one of them things that's not worked out. And yeah, the best of luck to you, and we'll see where you end up.
Well, in his opinion, Harry's going. You let me know what you think, if Harry should stay or if Harry's going to go.
Jadon Sancho as well today. I've got to mention Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
I said the other night against Chelsea, I thought that was his best game for Manchester United in a red shirt. And I expected him to build on that performance. And I thought at times today in that game, he did build on that performance. And let me know out there what you think. I think he's better on the right-hand side. I really do. You see him on that right-hand side, he looks more natural. I think Ten Hag was asked about in his press conference the other night, where do you see Sancho's best position? And he said Jadon's best position in his eyes is on the left-hand side, but to me, he's playing better on the right-hand side. So that's maybe a bit of a headache for Ten Hag as well, going into that cup final. If Anthony is 100% fit or he's not fit, would you start Jadon on the right-hand side? But just let me know. Yeah, another good performance today and got on the score sheet.
Well, Wembley might give us the answer to where Jadon Sancho's playing.
Yeah.
Listen, get your comments in, press that like button, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video. Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.